All right, people, welcome to a brand new interview for specifically the blueprint, but also just a genuine conversation between two guys that I think are, uh, you know, they are very focused, but also very determined since they joined the blueprint, which I want to get into because they have different avenues. Especially Mike, who's sitting here, he has different venues that he also does, and I met them pretty much last year when they were both on trips. Maybe we can get into that in just a second. And I thought, okay, these guys are they just traveling, or do they really want to build a business? When the first time when I met them, I was like, okay, how serious are they when they want to build their business? Ended up being a great journey that we've made so far. So I want to welcome you both, Mike and Thijs. Great that you made time. Thank you so much for taking the time in your busy schedule to sit here with me today and share with the people your experience, with the blueprint, but also your journey, how you guys have done it, and what stage you're at right now. So I would say let's start it from the beginning, so people have a good overview where you guys started, what you're doing, and all these things. Maybe we can tell, a little bit more about yourselves. Who you are, what you do, maybe individually. Maybe we can start with you, Mike, and
Yep.
yeah, take it from there and see where the call takes us.
Sounds good.
Sure.
All right, I will kick it off then. Well, like Stefan said, my name is Mike. I'm 23 years old, and my entrepreneurship journey started about 3 years ago when I was 20. It started with a little bit of e-com. Saw that it wasn't for me, but I really liked the marketing side, and of course, because I was very into fitness at the time, and now as well. I just saw a gap like, okay, how can we combine the marketing side of things, like running ads, which I really liked, and the fitness? And that's basically how I came to this idea to have a marketing agency for the fitness niche. That's how it all started. Signed the first couple clients just by knocking on doors, just going into gyms. I was really hungry. Parents, in the back, like, Mike, you just finished your university. You should get a real good job now. I got some good job offers, declined them all, and went all in on this
Nice.
thing. So I had no choice but to get those first clients. Walked into a couple of them. That's how I started. At the time, I wasn't really experienced with with anything. I was like just selling. And that's basically how I got in contact with Thijs. I was like, hey Thijs, I sold my first client, so how do I run these ads? Because I knew we already had some sort of agency at the time, or that's what I vaguely remember. From there, I just tried to scale it myself. Did it with some ads as well, and then basically it got just too busy, and that's how we yeah. My first choice, of course, was Thijs in that sense because he helped me in the beginning with those ads, and from April last year, we've been doing it together, and it's been quite a journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thijs, what about you? Of course, part of,
Yeah.
the story is also you, but
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah. So he was at first he was doing the whole social media management thing, and then he contacted me, and then I just helped him service the first client just because I believed in, uh, whenever you do some good, it'll always come back around. I just
100%.
had like 2 hours on call, just helping him set up everything up. Still the best client to this day, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
45 signups in her first month.
First month, which
Wow.
still we haven't beat that yet, but we'll get there eventually.
100%.
And then he called me, and I basically had a similar idea to his, and I was like, you know what, let's give it a chance like this. From there, you were basically fully booked at that time, and then I joined, and then building a business together is a bit different than going solo. So we
Yeah.
went from uh, basically being a freelancer to trying to
Yeah.
build a real agency, and from there we had some ups, had some downs, but now
Yeah.
I feel like we're on the right track, I guess. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Awesome. And so for you guys, like, you've chosen a specific niche, all right, a specific industry to go towards. Not the easiest one, some would say, there's a lot of people wanting to focus on that. What was your guys' main decision to go, in that specific niche and really focus in and hone in on those people? Because Mike, I didn't know actually that you went, literally knocking on doors to these
Yeah.
clients, which is awesome. What made you guys go after that specific like industry in
Well,
specific?
basically in the beginning was just interest in it. So I was like I said, like into fitness and everything, and I just didn't want to be in a niche that I didn't have any feeling for. because I also tried at the beginning. Well, I was also doing some sales gigs in the solar niche. And with one of those owners of one of the companies, I tried to start up an agency in that niche. It just didn't, I don't know, I just didn't get that fire, the same fire I had with the fitness niche. So that's why initially I chose for it. And then I saw the results with my first client, and that was a blessing and a curse. The blessing was like, wow, this is it. Was 50 plus clients in the first couple of weeks. And at the time, I was running a pay per show offer, which meant like crazy money at the time as a 20-year-old from one client. So I was like, if I just get like 10 clients, I will be, I'll be
Yeah.
rich. Then I had those 10 clients. And in reality, it was a little bit different because results, of course, differ from offer, from location, everything. But that's where that we know now.
Of course.
But basically, it was just interest in the fitness niche. I feel like also the gym owners, personal trainers are the type of people that I have like a connection with. You know, most of the time they
Yeah.
are very disciplined themselves. Yeah, mainly like a feeling like, hey, I really want to do it in this niche, and of course they need clients, and you could also do high ticket in this niche with personal trainers and online coaches. So that was basically the decision to go into this niche.
Got it. And so you guys partnered up April, you said 2024, so last year.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the
And so walk us through, like walk the people through, like you partnered up on April. How many clients did you have then, and how did it go like for the remainder of that year?
Should I say
from
that?
there we basically it kind of flopped. Let's be honest. The start was quite shit. We tried some ads didn't go. We did a lot of cold calling, closed some stuff with that, but it was the main thing that we flopped on was the offer, right? We stuck to pay per show way too long. And pay per show, we scaled up quite a bit using the model. Closing is very easy, but once you're at scale, well, I wouldn't even say scale, but once you had a lot of clients or you have some active accounts, it becomes a mess, you know.
Yeah.
How can you expect your customers to, well, how can you manage 15 customers who have to tell you that somebody, a lead from 2 weeks ago, actually showed up and became a client? It was a mess.
That was the main problem.
Yeah, that was the main problem. And
Tracking.
then, yeah, from there we just optimized it. We tried some stuff before you, which worked quite well. But then I think we didn't really have we didn't nail the framing down, like what do you say this? The thing on the front end, right? People with the right expectation coming into the collaboration.
Yeah.
And then getting the service that they've expected. So we made some faults in there. But I feel like we're on the right track.
It was basically what Thijs is trying to say, overpromise, to be
Yeah,
honest.
right.
It
Yeah,
was
we
in this
controlled.
in the well, with the paper show at the time, it was very easy. You just pay when someone shows up. So
Yeah.
there wasn't like trying to oversell anything.
Exactly.
But like I said, it was just hard with tracking, and you know, all the clients had to say like, oh, this client came, this client didn't, and that was just a mess. From there, we went to another business model for paper booked, but there the framing was just way off.
Yeah.
Like in the sales, I overpromised a lot, and even though the clients didn't really get like bad results, it was just the overpromising side of it. They were like, "Oh my God, I was expecting this, but I only got this amount of clients." Well, the ads themselves, they were positive in a
The
sense of
results were
profit.
quite good at that
Yeah,
time.
the results were quite good,
Sure.
but it's just framing at the front end that was just, they expected like to get rich within 30 days, the same
Yeah.
result of our first client 50 plus. That's not gonna happen, you know. Well, you have sometimes you have a case like that, but it was just over promising in the sales side
Yeah.
of things.
Usually you see that the offer is mostly like it's the main thing, you know. It's the
Yeah.
messaging in the offer on the front end, what you show them
Yeah.
to either overpromise and then like, you know, it's so hard to deliver when it's easier to
Yeah.
like, you know, deliver a good message and then like have like an offer that makes sense also for the deliverability, to not have them walk away or think like, oh, well, you know, why did I even sign up in the first place? So that makes a lot of sense. And walk us through, like, because we got in touch in November, December, I believe last year. Walk us through in what stage you guys at back then in terms of like clients, but also, you know, what inspires you guys to look at a solution, like similar to what we do with the blueprint to like fix what was going on with the offer and with all the things in the
We were
agency.
doing back then we were doing quite good. I feel like,
Especially in terms
yeah,
of signing
like
and sales
signing,
side. Yeah.
Yeah,
sales was doing quite well. And then well, we wanted to coach anyway. I feel like whether we would have taken that level through or not, we would have wanted to coach anyway. Just
sure.
somebody to actually spar with along the way. But then we were in a situation where Mike sold an offer that was quite hard to service and actually suffice, because for the viewers, where he does basically all the sales and I do all the ads management. Well, back then it was more
Like,
more intertwined, but that was the idea in
yeah.
first sense. And then well, why did we want to coach? Well, just to learn more about running an agency at a bigger level, and then having those systems, those the spar sessions about how we optimize that thing that we're going to, whether it's sales, whether it's results. I feel like that was the reason back then. Yeah, so I feel like it was more service based, would you say?
Yeah, I feel like the sales side we were running the ads were running pretty good at the time,
Yeah.
Mm.
but it was actually like the delivery. But I feel like for me, if I talk about myself, the main thing was earning more on each client. I feel like we didn't earn a lot for each client we had,
Right.
and I was like, how can we make an offer that earns us more money so that
Mm.
we don't? Because at the time we were at like 15 clients, like at the beginning of this
Yeah,
of the year, which at the time for us was like, oh, well, that's pretty decent.
of course.
And but we didn't earn like a lot of money, especially because of course we have to divide it by two. And I was like, how can we make this business more profitable? I feel like that's what for because the service delivery side, it was more like framing, offer. Yeah, those were the solutions to the profitability side.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, and also how much we were doing for our clients, because then
yeah,
our
correct.
margins they were shit. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
the revenue was quite good, but then when you look at the actual
Net
bottom line,
profit,
we
yeah.
were like, okay, something is leaking here,
Yeah,
it's not going the
100%.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were signing clients, but it doesn't matter if you how many signs you sign. It's how many you retain, but also how much you actually have bottom line in terms of profit, right? Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that's what the main thing is. Okay, so then we started. You guys made a decision, I believe. I don't know when it was. I think it was somewhere around
February, I think.
Yeah.
February, something like that. And then I
What?
think we started the end of February, beginning of March, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Walk the people through. You guys mentioned like, hey, we wanted, to have a coach regardless of whatever. What how did it go in the beginning, and maybe like how did those first couple of months go since when we started? Like, what was your guys' experience?
Well, the first thing because we were of course talking about the profitability at the time, first thing we did was the offer, like get the offer right, good guarantee, also so good guarantee combining with a offer that actually earns us a lot of money,
And then
um,
also
framing,
framing for the clients as well on the front end.
some
Messaging, exactly,
messaging
all
in
those
the
things.
ads. So in the beginning was definitely like first offer and everything that comes with the offer, like and then the messaging, the ads, just trying to get everything right before actually like launching the rocket, basically. So yeah, that was it in the beginning, and from there we just started. We were looking at things. Okay, how can we scale this thing to the moon? And then we started with ads, and yeah, tracking then became an issue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, just started with a good offer, running ads, getting clients, and from there just getting the service delivery on point, making the business more scalable, so
Yeah.
making SOPs.
Getting
um
the team on board,
yeah, getting a
getting the
team
right
together,
systems, all
right
the stuff in the background.
systems.
And that's where I feel like
Yeah,
that's where we're at now.
yeah,
Signing clients, fortunately, is not the most difficult part. It's actually delivering the
delivering.
same service at the scale that we're doing now, and
Yeah,
making sure everything is streamlined, optimized, as Stefan would say.
100%. We need to get it optimized and as efficient as possible. So
Yeah,
we started. I remember we doubled down on the offer and pretty much on the framing and the messaging and everything you guys said. Then we started running the ads. It took a little bit of time to get them up and running, like in terms of like the profitability in a sense. But once we got them up and running, what happened then? And like, how many clients were we set then, pretty much when we started, and walk us through all the way to now, like how that journey went pretty much to the amount that
Yeah.
we have right now.
Yeah, I feel like the best decision that we've made is just separating the tasks. So I'm fully on sales, Thijs fully on marketing. Before that, it was just intertwined. I was doing some service delivery things, but also sales, and Thijs was even also doing sales calls at the time, and just it wasn't like well, it was working kind of, but when you have someone just fully focused on one thing, that's basically what changed everything. And from in terms of how many clients we were, I feel like we were between 10 and 15
We
when
had
we
a,
started.
I feel like we had a quite just before we started, we had a quite a big churn wave
Yeah, it's a big
because of the
churn.
last offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe even
Yeah,
seven,
I feel like
eight, something like that.
yeah,
And then
around 10.
we had some in the pipeline when we started your offer for the offer we had before you.
Yeah.
I would say you mean like from the start or to now?
For like February, May, like when we started to like
Yeah,
Jesus.
let's say like we were just below 10, and now we're almost at 40 active clients.
Yeah,
yeah, it's insane.
it's
Yeah.
really insane.
It's
Big
crazy.
difference.
Every single
Very
time
good.
we come on a call, first thing I ask, okay, Mike, how are the calls going? And
Yeah.
right now it's the 24th of September, and we're almost like hitting like what amount every single month almost, like
Yeah, 10 plus clients,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
it's
10 plus clients since July.
yeah,
yeah, yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
even so, something for the people to know, even in August, you guys did
15 clients in one
Yeah,
month. Yeah.
it was
yeah.
very good.
So there's
15.
no objection in like not running ads in like August. And I know Thijs, you asked me like, do you remember like, shall we like run
Yeah, yeah,
ads or
yeah.
shall we like stop them or something? And then I said like, just
Well, our past experience, August was, I feel like last year, August was like
yeah,
truly shit because everybody just said, oh, people are gonna come back because we're in gyms, we have a really season-based niche. If everybody was pushing it over the summer, but this year, I don't know what changed. Maybe, yeah, I guess the framework was right, the you really look at they're not that big of a tweaks that we made together, I would say, but they're just such small things that just make the whole picture crystal clear for the
Oh,
clients to actually
yeah.
think, you know what, let's go with it. I trust these guys. The offer is great. Social proof is good. Let's try it.
100%.
Yeah.
What was also something that surprised you guys about the collaboration? What did you, what
Question.
was surprising?
I know a good answer to this one because I feel like everything you tell us, it's based on your past experiences. We always kind of know, but you're like, you know what? Why are you what's the word? Postponing this? Let's do it now and test it now. And then you're
Yeah.
on call with you and you're like, okay, fuck it. Last week we thought about this, we didn't launch it yet. And you're like, what are you doing, guys? And then you launch it, you test it, and it's a great success. It's somebody who just holds you accountable, gives you great ideas, gives you good input, and that's it was kind of finding the way to use our collaboration the best with you was kind of searching for that at the start as well. But once you find that flow, I feel like that surprised me the most. You give some great input, great feedback. Yeah, so yeah, good growth hacking stuff, all those things.
Yeah, it's just accountability. I feel
Exactly.
like definitely the accountability side of things really helped. And yeah, just setting the goals as well, Well, first 5 clients a month was like, wow, that's a great month. And now I will be disappointed if I have less than 10 in one month, to be honest. I will be looking, Thijs will also be looking at me like, come
Yeah,
on. But
yeah.
luckily, ever since July, we had like 10. Well, August was of course 15, and now it's the 24th of September. We are already at 10 and probably on track to hit 13 again. So yeah, ever since we optimized all those, made those little tweaks, it's just been, yeah, going great.
Not only I want to say, not only Thijs will take a look at you or say what's happening, I will take a look at you and I say, Mike, what is happening? What
Yeah.
are we doing? So okay, and so if someone was watching this, they were very skeptical, as usual, when before joining or finding a coach that is a good fit, because eventually you only know when you join whether someone is very genuinely after like helping you and assisting you and
Yeah.
just wanting to make it a success at doing everything. So what would you say to someone that is like really skeptical and listening to this and thinking like, hey man, maybe maybe I can do it maybe I can do it myself. And just do it myself. I don't know if I really need this. What would you say to someone like that?
To be honest, I would also look at yourself, like, are you coachable? Are you really ready to do it? Because if you're not ready to put in the work, or if you're not coachable, no coach will work for you, you know.
Exactly.
But after that, when you're like ready and you're coachable and you're ready to put in the work and really listen and don't be hard-headed, I would say, um someone that has done it, you know, someone that has, um with a track record. That's first. Um that was a big part in, I mean, like, our decision.
Yeah,
Someone with a track record.
Yeah.
And
and the phase that you're in, right? Because
yeah.
there are coaches for every level. I feel like you fit the best for us. I feel like your story fit the best for us.
Yeah.
Um, take that into account. And also a good question to ask. If you say you want to try it yourself, did you really try? Or are you just fucking around, and do you need a good system to actually get it up and going?
Yeah.
I think I would say that to somebody. Yeah. And
Makes a lot of
just
sense.
take the risk, man. Take a little bit of an invest it in
Yeah.
yourself. Coaching will, well, if you're with a good coach. If you're with a bad coach, then you're gonna regret it. But
Exactly.
if you're a good coach, you'll never regret it, I think.
Yeah,
100%.
and of course, look at the coach that also has kind of a guarantee, you know, like, we with our agency also have a guarantee. I feel like when there's a guarantee in place, the coach itself is also like very, or they need to get that result, you know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I would also look at that. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. And when it comes down to, like, for example, like, some people say like, hey, I need to focus on my systems first. And
Yeah.
if they're doing like good numbers, because you guys already had like clients when you came in. So you were somewhat okay, profitability side aside, and like the things that you guys were doing on the side,
Yeah.
maybe the over promising and all those things, but like you guys already had clients. So some would maybe say like, oh, like I need to maybe focus on my systems and be able to onboard more team members first before I can
Yeah.
handle more clients. What would you say to a person like that, if that was in that, like, that situation? Because you guys had clients,
Yeah.
so and yet you said like, hey, we're going to put an investment down, we're going to invest in ourselves and get it to the next point. Now we're sitting here with almost 40 clients. What would you say
Yeah.
to someone like that who would say like, maybe I need to focus more on, not do it myself, but like focus more on my systems first, get the team in place, and then maybe do
Well,
the
I feel
fronts?
like yeah, that's a good question. Well, looking at it like that, first systems first. We were in the, we're in the, like, the real, we had calls like once a week. It was like a real nitty-gritty process. Because we already, well, I think we thought we knew what we were doing, but getting on a call with somebody who actually had done it before and is managing crazy numbers of
Yeah.
clients inside it, so, that's really valuable. And I feel like it sped up our process quite a bit, just being honest. And like I said, there were not huge, humongous changes, but you just told us what we already sort of knew, held us accountable, and made us take action. And I feel like that was very, very valuable for us.
Yeah, I feel like you can always take action, but the coach just helps you do it in the right direction,
Exactly.
you know. If you and just get you from A to B. I mean, me and Thijs set a goal for ourselves at the beginning of the year. Like you said, we were also doing like, yeah, like okay numbers for an agency. Yeah, we could definitely live pretty good of it. At the time, we were also in Thailand when we were doing our
Yeah.
first call. So at the time, we were like, it's going well, but there's levels we need to achieve, and I feel like that's what helped us achieve it.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot faster than if we figured everything out ourselves. It's just like, because we would have to test a lot more things, and this was like, okay, this pushes you in the right direction, and that will get you to point B a lot faster.
Exactly. And
100%.
you think you've got it figured out, but you don't. You're
No.
gonna, once you onboard those 10 new clients, it's not gonna be oh, now everything is gonna be easy. That's not the thing.
No.
Every what is it? Every level has a new devil, and having somebody who kind of drags you through it, it's quite nice.
Exactly what
Yeah.
I say. I even invest in, coaches, mentors up until this day. So like,
Of course, even if it'll be have multiple billions of dollars, I will still have coaches. You have
exactly.
to.
You have to develop. And so just to round it off, because we've been having a conversation for a long time, two last questions. What are your guys' goals in the next 6 to 12 months? We've made a great 6 months, right,
Yeah.
with the program and everything that we've done. But what is your goal? We've talked a little bit about it before this because we had a coaching session, of course, before this. But what is your guys' goal now? Where do you want to go to from those 40 clients to what is the goal?
For me, it doesn't matter the amount of clients. I just want to hit 100K a month. If it's with upsells or if it's with, the clients amount doesn't matter. Just running at least 100K a month, having great systems in place so that we
Can also do it stress-free, because
stress-free. That's the thing.
you can do 100K businesses. It's gonna sound crazy, but I believe now it's definitely possible. But you can do it in a shitty format, or you can do it in a structured way with a good team, having a optimized workday, and that's where I feel like we're gonna go next.
Yeah.
And also doing it with the pleasure of running a business and getting energy from it, and experimenting.
There has to be some fun in it.
Exactly,
I really enjoy, like I said, first of all, it's a niche I enjoy, it's the people that I enjoy. And it's just, I mean, the greatest thing to see personal trainers that we also have some personal trainers that went from 0 clients to like 30 PT clients, and then they get to open a new location or they get to open their first location. And that just brings a lot of joy. And I feel like you have to have that fun factor in it as well. It's not only about like the money or the revenue. You have to get some energy for it because, being an entrepreneur, you have to work really hard. And if you won't get energy from it, good luck doing like 60 or 80 hours a week.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, you guys have how many team members? Oh, go ahead, Thijs.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that's what it takes. I feel like I saw some stuff in the community coming by sometime. I thought, you know what?
Yeah,
Don't forget
it
that.
100%, 100%. How many team members do you guys have right now? And are you also noticing, that's what I noticed at least, when you make more, you focus more on the more important things, you, in a sense, also work a little bit less, in a sense. Like, somewhat. Like how many team members do you guys have right now? Because you have a team, right? You're not all alone as when you started.
We are with four team members right now, and with us two, it's a team of 6 in total. Two focused on the sales side setting, for example, and we have 2 media buyers. So we are with 6 in total.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So not only has the business grown to clients, you guys are building the team. We have the SOPs in place, right? Also,
Yeah.
a lot, I believe we made when we just talked about it.
More to come. More to
More to
come.
come also, but
More to come.
definitely
100%.
that's the next,
Yeah,
that's the next phase.
everything in systems. Exactly.
Streamlined. That's what we're going to work on, and that will be the goal. Last question, guys. Would you advise others who are not your competitors, of course, to do business with us? And to take a look at the blueprint if they're considering perhaps joining.
Definitely. I mean, if I look at my experience, I can only talk from experience, of course. So it took us to a whole different level, built our team and everything. So I would definitely say just if you're thinking about it, oh, should I do it? Should I not? I would say just do it. But like I said, side note, also really take action and put in the work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I side with Mike on that one. It's the thing, do your research, and if you're prepared to make the investment, just do it, and then actually do something with
Put
the
in the work,
coaching,
yeah.
with the system, and take the action that you need to make this actually work.
Yeah.
Super nice. Guys, is there any last thing you would like to leave the viewers with? Anything, maybe form of tip or advice? Maybe they're watching this, they're sitting at 5K a month, or they just want to scale up, get to a point where they can also go and travel and do the things that they want with a good offer, with a good messaging, with a good backend, with 4 team members. Is there anything you would want to leave them with?
At the end of the day, it all comes down to getting good results for your clients. I feel like there are a lot of agencies. Well, I hear it a lot, just signing clients, and maybe at one point at a time, like when we got started, that was us. But the most important thing is getting results, great results for the clients, because not only that will help in the sales side, you can show a lot of testimonials or people are very positive about you. I would say people focus a lot, like we did, on getting sales, just getting new clients, but focus also on delivering great results for those clients. And if you can nail that, yeah, you will get from 5K to 20K in no time.
I feel like
Nice.
that's I'll side with that one.
Yeah, all
It's a good summary. It's a good summary. Awesome, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking the time. Who knows, we might do another interview, but maybe live here in Dubai, and connect here. I think that will be awesome. But we're gonna make it another like I think great period of time that's going to come and scale you guys. And then when we hit that 100K, we're gonna do another one and then have the entire
Yeah.
team in place. And trust me when I say it, like it's gonna be surprising, but like if the more you make, usually the less we should work in a sense. You should be more like a manager in a sense, or department manager.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to that point, and I already see like the great things about you guys and the great journey you made. So yeah, for the viewers, I hope you guys had a great video that you watched and that you took something from it, because don't underestimate it. Thijs and Mike are working very hard still, and then doing everything they can also to guide their team members and their clients and get the best results. So guys, once again, thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
See you in the next one.